Why, hello everyone. Welcome back to Scott Whiskers and the search for Mr. Fumbleclaw. Now we're supposed to do a sound recording of Law and Order, right? What's closer to Law and Order than the police department itself? Here's my microphone.
Great idea! Where better to get a sound recording on Law and Order than a police station?
True.
Scott, you are such a sly fox. So, dear police department, speak to me. I hear absolutely nothing here. Does this thing still work at all? Maybe the batteries run out.
Maybe you should try another window.
Maybe I'll have more success now. I had actually thought there would be much more action in such a police station. I think Constable Smith's blissful snoring is rather out of the Law and Order subject area. This fits more into the subject area of police disciplinary action. Last try now. After that, I'll get tired of it and rather play any other game.
All right. Here we go. How I hate these continuing education programs. This bright daylight is simply not for my eyes. But the sooner I get over with, the sooner I'm back to the eye-pleasing flicker of my surveillance monitors. Well, at least I have a monitor here. And on it is a video game. Even if boss calls it advanced training. It is and remains a video game. What a waste of time. The real crime doesn't take place in a video game, but on the monitors of my surveillance cameras. It doesn't help though. Instruction is instruction. Nevertheless, I hate video games. A total waste of time. Good. Let's go. Police Quest 1 by Sierra Online.
Oh.
By policemen for policemen.
Well, far from the stress of beauty contest. Ah. Well?
The music is already good. Now that's a funny blue man. What do I have to do now? Click anywhere? Oh, the man is moving. Whoa, the man walks slowly. There seems to be a door on the right. That's where I'll move the man.
So?
Can't he go any faster? Damn. Oh, now I guess I'm in a... I don't know what that is. There's another man showering back there. A gym in a police station? We could use that too. On the other hand, I hate sports. Good. What do I have to do now? This looks like lockers. I'm going to open one.
Sounds good.
Damn, he should go faster. Okay, now I'm at one of the lockers. My boss said I have to type in what I want with the keyboard. Good, then I'll do that. Open locker. Ah, it's open. There are clothes hanging in there. Oh, and a gun. Use gun.
Ouch.
You died. Your gun was still loaded. Damn. Okay. I think that was educational already. Weapons are evil. Crap. I think I'm back at the beginning of the game. What now? Hit the gym again and watch another man take a shower? Better not. I'm going to the left. My frustration tolerance towards the walking speed of the blue pixel man is steadily decreasing. Ah, I think that's the way out onto the street. Good. I'll leave the building. Crime is usually waiting outside in the wild anyway, in front of the cameras of my surveillance monitors, even though I haven't seen a camera in the game here yet. And that's what my boss calls realistic. In any case, the walking speed of the little blue pixel man is absolutely unrealistic. Although, Constable Smith doesn't walk any faster when he's stuffed himself with donuts again. Ah, finally. Now I'm right outside on the street. You died. Look left and right first when crossing the road. Damn! Okay, that was educationally instructive. I also never look when crossing the street to see where a car is coming or not. And now? Oh. I'm back to square one. That was obvious. This game is merciless. And now?
Well, it's police
I went to
quest,
the right
right?
and died. I went to the left and died. The only other way seems to be up. Any room. I'm going to go over there.
And you're probably gonna die anyway.
Go faster, miserable pixel guy. It's driving me crazy. The programmer probably never programmed another game after that. Hopefully he's still in jail for this crime. Ah, now I'm in a new room. A conference room? Hard to say when you can count every single pixel. What should I do now? Apparently I'm the first one here. I guess the conference hasn't started yet. There's a water dispenser back there. While I'm waiting for the other conference participants, I can treat myself to a sip of water. I also really appreciate the water dispenser outside my office. Good, then I'll make my way to the water dispenser. It's a miracle that the blue pixel guy didn't die of thirst on the long way to the donor. Well then, use water dispenser.
Oh. You died. Never drink water that's been sitting around for more than 6 weeks. E. coli bacteria are deadly. What? Really? I'll never touch the water dispenser outside my office again. My boss was absolutely right. This game is educational. Well, yes.
And I'm back at the beginning. Okay. I think I've learned enough for one day. So let's summarise. If I go right, death is waiting. If I go left, death is waiting. If I go up, death is waiting. And that's exactly why I never voluntarily leave my office. The real world is merciless.
Well, that was an unexpectedly exciting recording after all. I wouldn't have thought that the Police Quest game series by Sierra Online from the 80s is still used for training today's police. On the other hand, that explains a lot. Captain Paulie will probably be delighted with this tape. A police officer plays a police officer in a video game programmed by a police officer. More Law and Order is really not possible.
So...
That's not how this microphone works. It records only surface vibrations of solid bodies, such as sound waves hitting a wall or a door. I can't record direct conversations with it.
Alright.
Neither law nor hence... May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up? Captain Paulie is always happy to help.
About the desired sound recordings?
Yes, what about it?
All done! I got a great recording here!
Really? On the subject of law and order?
Absolutely.
Yep, on the subject of law and order and even extremely educational.
Oh, really? I'm curious about that. Let's hear it.
Well...
Oh. Is that me on the recording?
I think so. I think you're having a lot of fun with a point-and-click adventure classic right now.
This is the game my boss made me play, isn't it?
Yeah. Police Quest 1 by Sierra Online. You, as a policeman, play a policeman. And the game was also programmed by a policeman. I think more Law and Order? It's not possible.
Honestly, the only thing I remembered from it's my hatred for the main character and her snail's pace while walking.
But you now also know that you better not taste the water from the water dispenser outside in the hallway.
True. This explicit on-screen death was very educational indeed.
So, are you satisfied with the recording? And now could I please see the security camera footage from the night Ricky's store was robbed?
The recordings are not really a huge success. But I must acknowledge your creativity in interpreting law and order. Or in other words, the recordings are better than nothing. And will be added to my collection. Captain Paulie's tape archive is happy about every new edition. Of course, only for purely professional purposes.
Fine. Can I have a look at the surveillance pictures now then? Please?
A promise is a promise. The camera in front of Ricky's store then?
Yes. From last night, please.
Good. One moment. Here you go. Whoa! I think we have a direct hit. It's incredible how precise my nose has become over the years.
Wow. Is this the guy who cleans out Ricky's store?
I think so. And the case is also crystal clear.
Is it?
Sure. I know that silhouette well. I've seen it on dozens of recordings.
You mean, so you know who it is?
I'm pretty sure. Even though you can't see any real details here, unfortunately. And a conviction based on a dark silhouette, unfortunately, has not yet been legitimised in the criminal code.
Please don't keep me in suspense like this.
Sorry. This guy is, with a probability of 99%, Back Alley Bob.
Back Alley Bob?
Yes, I said that.
Who is that?
Well, let's put it this way. Bob is the guy who gets you things, which Amazon does not have in stock. And he specialises in mostly second-hand items. And a pretty shrewd guy. So far, we have not been able to prove any criminal acts against him, despite countless very photogenic shadow portraits, like this one.
Well, back alley Bob, huh?
Interesting. So this back alley Bob robbed Ricky's store.
At least that is very likely.
Any idea where I could find him?
In the
Well,
back alley.
as the name Back Alley Bob already suggests, he usually loiters around in some back alley and sells his second-hand items acquired in a creative way.
Good. I think that already helps me. Thank you.
What do you want from Bob anyway, if you don't mind me asking?
He has something that I need for someone who will then take a photo in order to give a Catalast victory to make someone happy as a result.
Huh? That's all Greek to me. But actually, I don't care either. Be sure to watch out when you're dealing with Bob. The guy's pretty crafty, as I said before.
Will do. And thanks again for the insight into the surveillance tapes.
Sure. Come back anytime if you have some more exciting tape recordings for me.
So, the back alley would be here. Hey, Bob.
Oh, Steve, look! A new face! I wonder what he wants. You can say that again. Of course we know what he wants. That's what they all want who have heard of Bob's Drugstore. A first-class service. And a choice selection of the most exciting items ever for sale. Say nothing. Bob knows exactly what you're looking for. And yes, Bob even has it in stock. Plenty of it. And if you take out a subscription, the monthly delivery is even free. Because at Bob's Drugstore, the customer is king. Say nothing. Nothing except the address where you want your new annual subscription to be delivered. Punctually on the 1st of each month. After confirming the validity of your credit card, of course. A card that the valued customer is best off leaving to Bob for safekeeping right away. Of course, this is only to counteract later problems when the card is being charged.
But
I hear
what?
a but coming. Probably not a credit card? No problem. Cash payment is also possible at any time and welcome. However, to counteract creditworthiness problems, you must unfortunately also pay your annual subscription 12 months in advance. So now I would like to ask you to hand me the advance payment in cash. In order to be allowed to profit in consequence for 12 months from the fabulous customer friendliness of Bob's Drugstore.
May I finally say something too?
What a question! Constant dialogue with the customer is one of the cornerstones of the service definition of Bob's Drugstore. Even if no further dialogue is needed to extend your subscription for 12 months. Because the renewal is completely automatic. Without inconveniencing you as a valued customer.
What kind of subscription? I haven't ordered anything.
Nothing ordered? Ha! A customer with a sense of humor. Customers with a sense of humor are especially valued at Bob's Drugstore. Isn't that right, Steve? You can say that again. Steve also likes customers with a sense of humor.
I guess I'll just have to be surprised then. And hope that my annual subscription will not be too expensive.
Running out of money? No problem. Bob's Drugstore also offers financing at attractive interest rates. With a valuable monthly interest rate tailored to the needs and creditworthiness of our valued clientele.
And what happens if I can no longer pay my monthly installments?
No credit card, no cash, and also no credit rating to pay the monthly installments?
That pretty much sums it up.
Steve, he asks what happens if he can't pay his installments. Right. The procedure that applies in this case is then explained to the valued customer face-to-face by my colleague, Steve.
Is there still a chance to withdraw from the contract and cancel my subscription?
Sorry. Transactions concluded directly at Bob's Drugstore are immediately legally binding. Termination is possible in 12 months at the earliest.
Crap. Be that as it may. Actually, I'm here for a completely different reason.
Is that so? At Bob's Drugstore, all wishes are fulfilled.
Well, that would be great. Could I please have the camera equipment back that you took from Ricky's store?
What do you mean? No idea what the valued customer is talking about. But if the valued customer is interested in high-quality camera equipment, then Bob's Drugstore could certainly fulfill this wish. For the small expense contribution of only €3,999.
€3,999? I don't
What?
have that much money.
Is the valued customer then already aware that Bob's Drugstore also offers loans at interesting interest rates?
Yes, with a variable monthly interest rate tailored to my needs and creditworthiness.
That's right.
Sorry. Unfortunately, I still cannot afford. And I have no interest in a visit from Steve due to non-payment on my part.
Too bad.
Then I would like to present a fourth way of payment to the valued customer.
Sure.
Is the customer familiar with the saying, one hand washes the other?
Sure. In principle, this is the main theme of the game. So what should I do? Hospitalize another valued customer who's behind on payments? Set fire to a competitor's back alley pad?
No. Nothing of the sort. Then Steve would be out of a job. But something tells me you have a good connection to the other side, don't you?
Other side? The hereafter?
Nonsense! To the powers of the state, of course.
To the police?
Yep. At first, I thought you were a cop yourself. But a cop would not dare to go out on the street with such a hairstyle.
In fact, I know one or two policemen.
Of course you do. And I'm sure you know a cop who can disable the surveillance cameras that's up ahead on the street and pointed at Bob's Drugstore.
Oh, that would even be within the realm of possibility.
I thought so. And this service on your part would be well worth, say, €3,499 to me.
€3,499? Why not €3,999?
Because then I would have no reason to ask my valued customer for a second favor.
Oh. And what would that one be?
Steve's super expensive gourmet food is slowly running out. And the damn rat eats only this one food. Well, it's true. You could also eat any other food. But no, it has to be the most expensive of all, Golden Delicious. But you are my best employee. And for my best employees, I accept all adversities and expenses. Sure. So I pretty much don't care how you do it. Get me a year's supply of Golden Delicious rat food, and we're even.
Golden Delicious? I might ask Mary about it sometime.
Do that.
Okay. Camera and food for the Employee of the Year. You got it. And then you would have a high-quality camera equipment for me that is identical in construction to the one you took from Ricky's store.
I still don't like what you are implying. But I'll put it to you this way. The chances that I'll have the right camera model for you are very high.
Fine. Your business model is none of my business. And I have to acknowledge that Bob's Drugstore is really customer-oriented.
Correct. There is no such thing as a can't in Bob's business model.
All right. Give me a little time. I should be able to manage all that somehow.
You know where to find me. Because Bob's Drugstore is open around the clock for their customers.
See you later then.
Here's to seeing you again soon.
Alright, so, that was quite a lengthy dialogue. Get a year's supply of premium golden delicious rat food. That would be... rat food.
Looks like a fat moth of light.
Yes. Do you still need help with your hairstyle?
Actually,
About your missing photo equipment.
Yes. Did you manage to track it down against all odds?
No. Unfortunately, not yet.
I thought so.
But I will find it. I swear. And then take a nice photo of Mr. Fumbleclaw as the shining winner of this year's contest.
Sure. And be careful not to let yourself get caught. These criminals who stole my camera will stop at nothing.
right.
It has a good view of the street in front of Ricky's salon.
And the backyard.
The surveillance
Oh,
camera's focused on the dark alley. I wonder what exciting things there are to see.
Well, that's Bob.
One of Captain... May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up? Captain Paulie is always happy to help.
Could you please disable a very specific camera?
Disable a camera? Are you insane? My goal in life is to make our world safer by adding more and more surveillance cameras. Not the deactivation of these lifesavers.
Please. It would be really important. And it's for a really good cause. And you're free to reactivate the camera in a few weeks.
So this is a temporary lifesaver deactivation.
Exactly. A few days would be enough for me. And after that, it's probably really better for the general public if the camera keeps an eye on the goings-on in the back alley of Alfredo's Pizzeria again.
Alfredo's Pizzeria? So this is about the camera I had installed to keep an eye on Back Alley Bob's sales booth.
The one and only.
Yes.
Sorry. This camera is of essential importance for the common good. I can't possibly disable it. Bob and his talking rat are a constant threat to the general public. I'm firmly convinced of that. It is impossible to imagine what capital crimes will be committed if I close the eyes of justice even for a minute.
And what if I do the eyes of justice one more small favour?
Are you trying to bribe
is
a
it?
cop right now?
Of course not. I am simply offering you my services as an auxiliary policeman again. Surely I could add a
Right.
recording or two to your phenomenal collection of law-related audio recordings? For official use only, of course. After all, I still have your great microphone in my backpack.
When you put it this way. In fact, I'd like one more recording to round out my collection of law-related audio recordings. And I wanted to ask you anyway, why you still haven't handed over my microphone, which as you know contains all my savings.
I'll do that, of course. After this last recording. And after the camera is disabled.
Alright. I better not ask you why exactly you want to disable the camera. We may clarify that later. And as for the recording,
Which I will be happy to create for you.
I'm still missing
Sure.
something relevant to the topic of the Mafia.
The Mafia. Cool! This is an order I can't refuse. Consider the job done. A job for which I am definitely the right person. I must have seen The Godfather parts 1 to 3 100 times, and also all the seasons of The Sopranos sits well in my memory.
Good for you. But I'm not really interested in your know-how for movie and television. I need some real-world recordings on the subject. And you can believe me that the mafia from the real world has nothing to do with the romanticised mafiosa from the screen.
Not? Well, we'll see. I better get going right away and get some exciting recordings.
Good. And don't get any ideas about pointing the mic at your TV while watching The Sopranos. I notice it when the actors in your recording speak in Tony Soprano's voice.
Right. On the topic of mafia. I was originally thinking about the backyard again, but well,
There's nothing interesting to record. That's not how this microphone works. It records only surface vibrations of solid bodies, such as sound waves hitting a wall or I can't record. No, there's nothing to eavesdrop on. No, that would probably... There's nothing interesting to record. No, there's nothing to eavesdrop on.
right.
No, that would probably...
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna check that in the next episode.